Hi guys, my name's Lana. I am a mum of two. I've got Riley, who you might see in the background. He's just over 18 months, and I've got Daisy, who is 3.5. And I thought I would film what we've been having for dinner recently, because I know I really like... Oh, he's just grabbed the camera. Hey, I know I really like watching these myself, and it's just really good to get some fresh inspiration sometimes, isn't it? So these are toddler friendly, fuss free, really easy, budget friendly dinners, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So for this particular meal I made a chicken casserole. I used a packet mix, so it was really easy. I chopped up 2 large carrots and 1 onion. I then popped those into a pan and I mixed the contents of the packet with some cold water. I then fried these for a couple of minutes just until everything was a little bit softened. I added 4 chicken breasts whole and just browned them slightly. I then transferred all of the contents into a baking dish. I poured over the packet mix and I covered with some tin foil. I then baked that in the oven for about an hour or so. I then made mashed potato and served it with some green beans. So next up is one of my all-time favourite recipes at the moment. It's a really yummy slow cooker leek and potato soup. You could make this on the hob though as well. So for this recipe I cut up 3 leeks into generous chunks. I cut up 3 potatoes and chucked it all in the slow cooker. I then chopped up 1 large onion and added that as well. I covered everything in about a litre of veggie stock. You could use chicken stock, I don't think it really matters, so long as it goes about 3/4 of the way up your veggies in the slow cooker. I added salt, pepper and a large spoonful of butter, and I forgot to show you that I did add 3 heaped teaspoons of very lazy garlic as well. I then cooked this on high for 3 hours. Once the vegetables have cooked, I then added half a tub of double cream and blitzed. And you end up with this smooth, silky, really delicious soup. It keeps for 5 days in the fridge and is just so simple and so yummy. This next one is a meal that I actually make all the time. It's another slow cooker recipe and I'm just loving my slow cooker at the moment. So I cut an onion into some rings and added that to a pan with some oil and then added 500 grams of beef meatballs. I then just browned these slightly and just softened the onions in the frying pan and transferred to the slow cooker. I added some gravy, some beef stock, some salt, some pepper, some oregano, some Dijon mustard, some tomato puree and Worcestershire sauce, and some garlic. I then just gave this a little bit of a mix up and put it on to cook. I served this with some cheesy mash that I made, and you can kind of see that there is quite a high fat content in this. I think if you wanted a leaner dinner, then you just use meatballs with a lower fat content. But yeah, the kids and Matt really enjoyed it. It went down a treat. This next one is so easy, I can't even tell you, and it's perfect for if you've got vegetables that kind of need using up. So you start off by just putting some couscous into a dish or a bowl, and then I add some smoked paprika, some salt, pepper and some basil, a nice big knob of butter, and then I cover the whole thing in boiling water, leaving about 1/2 centimetre above the couscous in order for it all to sink in and be really fluffy. And then I just cover this and leave it to one side. I then chop up loads of different veggies. Today I use peppers, tomatoes and onion, but that was just what I had in. Otherwise I use mushroom, courgette, aubergines, red onions. There's so many things that you can do and put in this couscous. It's really versatile. So I chopped my veg up fairly small and then I placed it onto a roasting tin, and then I cut my onion up into even smaller pieces and just left that to one side. I drizzled the veggies with some oil and roasted them in the oven for about 15 minutes. Then I added the onion because I knew that that was going to cook a bit quicker than the veggies, so I added that halfway through. I then placed that back in the oven for another 5-10 minutes until everything was really soft and yummy. I fluffed up my couscous and then added my veggies, and you can serve that anyway, so that could be a really nice side on a main dinner or as part of a salad like I did. You could add a chicken breast. It's really versatile and I really like this dinner. So lastly is this honey and lemon chicken. This is a really easy dinner to make and really tasty, and reduces the washing up as well because it's all done in one pot. So you need to juice 2 lemons into a small saucepan, add a teaspoon of lazy garlic or a clove of garlic if you prefer, and then it's 3 tablespoons of squeezy honey and a few sprigs of rosemary. I guess just depending on how strong you like it is how much you would put in. And then it's some salt, some pepper, a huge knob of butter, and then that goes onto the hob just to all melt down and get really fragrant and lovely. Then I chopped up some new potatoes, fairly small. You probably don't want to do them bigger than a centimetre, or else they'll be hard and they won't cook through properly. And then I placed some chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs into a casserole dish and put the potatoes on top. I then poured over the buttery, garlicky mixture and baked in the oven for about an hour, give or take. I then served with some garden peas, and yeah, it was really good. Everyone enjoyed it. So guys, that brings me to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing what we've been having for dinner recently, and it might have given you some inspiration. So if you've liked this sort of thing, then please hit subscribe and give me a like. My toddler's coming over again. And I will see you on our next one. Bye! Bye!